Okay then, Helldivers, we are back with a second upload today. You may have already noticed that there was an update earlier on this morning with new patch notes and changes to the game. If you haven't seen that, the link is down in the description. But we have got more coming into the midst, including brand new missions. Mega cities have returned, but this time on the Terminid sector. And we have got some more changes that you may not have known about. So with that being said, let's dive into the video. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be so greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where it offers you the cheapest games, the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, running up to 70% off. The link's in the description. Make sure you check that out. And if you want to get involved with the giveaway, we're going to have an emoji popped up on screen. Make sure you stay tuned to it. Pop that in the comment. It'll enter you in. Let's see what it is that's going on inside of Helldivers 2. So starting off, we had a brand new major order briefing. This one was absolutely huge because it brought along so much. It states the massive Terminid outbreaks have erupted simultaneously across the multiple Super Earth cities. This unprecedented assault of fascism into high populated areas puts millions of citizens in grave danger. Chief urban garrisons on these planets are operating at significantly reduced capacity. Only skeleton forces remain, the rest having been withdrawn to aid the defense of Super Earth. They are being overrun. The Helldivers must respond immediately. Illuminate pursuit operations must be temporarily suspended. Repel the Terminid invasion from our cities. And this brought in a brand new major order to repel the massive Terminid invasions from the highly populated planets. Currently, we do already hold Volterra, Karamor, and Inari, and we have got to hold Alta and Crucible. Now, we obviously hold those three at the moment, but the likelihood is they will get attacked at some stage. Meanwhile, though, over on Crucible and Alta, we can see that we have got some new stuff. Taking a look onto here, you can see right here, we have got a new city operation. That's right, the mega cities have now returned, but they have returned with brand new missions. We can see right here, we have got the Restore Air Quality mission, and this one is a very, very fun one. Probably one of my more favorites and definitely one to watch out for. Then we have this one right here, which is to cleanse the infested district mission. These are both very, very cool, and you'll see some of the gameplay going on in the background. They're both very interesting, and they have essentially changed up the way that the mega cities actually look and turned them into hive nightmares. It's a great, great fun, but both of the missions that you are going to want to try out, but it is not restricted to these two planets. As we can see just over here, we have got Veld, and Veld has also got city operations, although this one is classified as a town, also holding the new missions, but having some more instead of just the defense campaign ones. So if you happen to want to be on Veld, then feel free to go ahead. But right now, the two planets we need to hold are Alta and Crucible. Level 40 on Crucible and a level 13 on Alta, meaning that, well, realistically, Alta should be the one we're attacking. Unfortunately, though, we're all over on Crucible just to try and get that big ball move done. Quite interesting to say the least, and it's very, very intriguing because that's not the only thing that we do see. There are some other things happening inside of the game right now that you may not have known about. And taking a look, this is the first one right here. These two weapons, the Recaller's Rifle and we also have the AC is a bit of a weird one because they've now got guided and not guided options, although it does absolutely nothing for the weapon. It has no movement changes, no lock-on service. The movement for it overall does absolutely nothing. You can't control it as if it is a commando. There is just no actual move for it. It makes no change to it at all. Now, I haven't seen it on any other weapons, so I don't believe that there's any reason for them to be there. And to solidify that, we actually have this right here from Jojo, the QA lead, who states, which weapons have the guided and unguided weapon select? The Recaller's Rifle? So I think that this may have been a bit of a mistake. It hasn't affected anything in the game, so it makes no difference really. They'll just remove the selection, I presume, but it is in there and it is obviously usable, at least on screen. As well as that, they've also changed Eagle 1's name. Now, you guys are going to go bonkers about this because they've now called it the Eagle Fighter. I don't know about you, but after over a year, Eagle 1 is the name that I love the most. I don't know how the community are going to feel about it, so let me know down in the comment section what you feel like with regards to the name change. Is it just a factor that they've just decided to change the name, or is there a lore reason as to why the name has changed? Is it no longer Eagle One because we lost her at some point or another? Did something happen to the original Eagle One? I have no idea. Let me know your tinfoil hat theories in the comments section below. We can also see at this point as well that during the patch update, it has actually made quite a significant change to the Siege Troopers, which now are back and is probably one of the more lovable parts of the latest update. But when we zoom in on their weapons, the attachments are obviously now applied. You can clearly see the iron sights on the Liberators. It makes for some better gameplay, which means that they are now going to be a lot more stronger than what they were before because they now have better weapons. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know, because the bugs are ripping them limb from limb at the moment. So, yeah, make sure that we look after our Siege troops, man. They depend on us. Now, as a lot of you guys noticed yesterday, obviously, I am going to be absolutely ecstatic about this right now. The one thing that I wanted to see was the return of the original main content drop from Heart of Democracy. So having the mega cities come in, having new missions come in, it all means nothing but good things. But what it also means is that there's going to be some movement inside of the game for the automatons. We've now got new missions inside of the mega cities for the Illuminate, and we've now got them for the bugs, which will mean the next major order after this 7-day major order is likely to be a filler one, and then something will likely happen on the bot side, at which point they'll probably be introduced there. So we're probably looking at another week and a half of all of this shenanigans before we see the mega cities hit the automaton sector, or at least that's just my general consensus of how it's going to work. That's not the only thing that we're seeing as far as a change-up, though, and some insights towards actually being able to fight on Super Earth. If we take a look at what's happening on the screen right here, on the Galactic War map heading over to the Democracy Space Station, they've made an alteration on the location markers where we have all of the normal planets that we want to send it to. Let me just put in my vote real quick. And then when we scroll down, we can see that there are numerous locations for Super Earth. Now, I don't know whether this is going to have been input because of our original attack, or whether we'll actually be heading back there at some stage or another, and they're just preparing the DSS just in case that does ever happen. But I say that it's pretty safe to say that the likelihood is Super Earth is going to be an attacked planet at some stage or another. It's been a really wild ride for the last 24 hours on this channel, man. But it's nice to see that everything is going down really, really well. Now we're just going to quickly back up about what we were saying about the guided and unguided. I've done a little bit of research mid-recording. Don't ask me why, it just something told me to check. And we've taken a look at the known issues playlist. And as we look on the known issues listing, we can see right here that the weapon with the alternate firing modes will show guided and unguided instead of their actual modes. Because realistically, they do already have two original modes. They just don't have the guided and unguided. So the wording is just completely off and it's just not what it's supposed to be. They have the original modes, obviously, in the backdrop of it. So you will see some change when you do change them up, but it will get reverted at some stage or another. They just seem to have messed up a little bit of the coding on the back end of it. So I think that gave us the answers we needed from that one. Now that's what we got time for. We're going to take a look at your top comments, though, because in the last video, you guys were speaking about the changes from the latest patch update and had a lot of interesting stuff to say. This first one right here states, I think the armor changes are good, but my issue has always been that there are like 2 to 3 set passives that are leagues above the rest. So there are like 0 point in using 8% of the passives. It is kind of still standing and it is still a really good point, although some of the changes that they've made have made them all a little bit more viable, or at least the ones that they've changed are more viable. So I'm now using some new armor sets. The unflinching one is really, really good, and so is the other one that they changed with the explosion at the end. Having those extra grenades was just pretty damn cool, especially seeing as the explosions work amazingly against the bugs because they all swarm over your dead body. Irrelevant to it. If they made some more changes to the armor passives, I think it would make it a bit more viable, like the way that weapons are now we have customization. Moving into the next top comment, though, it states right here, the Leviathan should not be able to target you if running stealth armor unless you have been targeted. Tired of being half a city away and getting sniped with nobody else. See me. Now, yeah, this is a big problem. The Leviathan have been a bit of a nightmare over the last few days with the latest open biomes now introducing them, and it seems to be a bit of a ball ache to say the least. But we are now in Terminid Sector, and hopefully by the time we hit the Illuminate next, they should have that one rectified. It's kind of good that they alternate these things in between the 3 factions because it means they can fix things that are going wrong with the other ones in the meantime. And this final one right here states, here's hoping that the Illuminate attack a planet with megacities for the release of Force of Law. Well, no, they won't actually, but the Terminids have. So make sure you get to those megacities and go and enjoy the brand new content that's now finally been put back in our hands. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe, press notifications turned on. I appreciate all your faces, but as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.